Welcome, friends. I'm your host, Tiffany Boggins, and this is WitchLab Wednesday Live. I've been listening to a lot of Aaron Mahnke lately because lore calms me, so it's changing the way I intro the show now. Today is May 12th, 2021. My guests tonight will be Za Unit and Julia O'Keefe, otherwise known as Tickles and Pokes, creators of Red Tent Revival, Central Ohio's positive period movement. I think it's actually Central Ohio's period positive movement. Fix that. I'm laughing because I can see Za cheering backstage. Okay, so what's new? Okay, so a little bit of weird personal stuff. I want to apologize to anybody this week who I haven't answered your stuff or gotten back to you in a timely fashion. Shit's been a little weird around here. My poor dog, Lupa, who you guys have seen on the show before, she was having mobility problems, and a lot of you already know she had double knee surgery like 3.5 weeks ago. Well, during that healing, mistakes were made. Accidents happened, and she got out. Somebody let her out without walking her, and she is a runner like you wouldn't believe. She loves to run like a freaking greyhound. So she ran so hard she snapped her little shin in half. So she had to have her third surgery in 3 weeks. And she's laying under the desk right now. She's the saddest dog. She's still super sweet. And this is temporary, but I just thought I'd share. Some of you guys could send her some love. And yes, I do have a picture because I just wanted you to see just how sad this poor little puppy is. She has a cast and a cone. Oh my God, I know. And when she can walk and everything and stuff, but man, she's so sweet too. She's just like, okay. Okay, so that's my first part of the weird personal stuff. The second part is in better news, honestly. I think I found good eyelashes, people. I think I found decent eyelashes to put on. So I've tried traditional ones, right? They're fine, right? If you don't mind getting the first one on perfect, and then the next one takes 3 hours and 3 glasses of wine, because fuck you. I don't know if that happened to you, but and also they like push my lashes down. Which makes it weird in my glasses. And I've also tried the magnetic kind, both the kind that pinch on, which good luck with that. That shit's hilarious to watch somebody try to do. I know, because I laughed in the mirror a lot. And the other kind where like it's magnetic eyeliner and you stick them to it. It was really cool. It seems super easy. I'm not as cool with the eyeliner because I like my own eyeliner. But I was mad because like halfway through an evening out, one of them started like drooping off. Like, well, can't stick it back on, I guess. So yeah, so the magnetic eyelashes for me didn't work. So my daughter, who is an eyelash wizard, I swear, she's 14 and she knows way more about cosmetics than I do. She told me about this thing where it's and I'm not, this isn't an ad, this is like I'm trying them. But so far, this is my second time. And it only took me, I was trying to time myself and then I forgot, but I think maybe 20 minutes. That's not too bad. I know, lashes, right? But they're called Falscara is what they're called. They're by Kiss. And you put them on in little sections, but you put them on under your lashes. So you brush on this stuff that's a mascara and also a glue. And then you use one of these little things and you stick it under there, and then it lifts your lashes, which is nice because for my glasses, it doesn't brush my glasses. And then you put a sealant on it. So it's like this 2-part wand thing that you have to do. Anyway, again, it's not an ad, but it's like I found lashes that are actually pretty cool. They make me look like a Chuck Jones character. Kind of like that a lot. They also make me want to do this like Elizabeth Moss, June Osborne thing. Her like where you only see the bottom part of her eyeballs in every intense scene. I love it. Also, and this is the last part of news, Handmaid's Tale, new episode drops today. So that's what I'm doing after this show. Just thought you all should know that. Keep up. You should all be watching that because it's fucking terrifying. And you need to know what the fuck we are heading for if we let some certain things motherfucking happen. So that's the news for today. All right. Upcoming stuff. Tomorrow night, tune into WitchLab Facebook page, right? This is totally new, guys. 7 p.m. to watch an interview with the artist who's currently showing at WitchLab, Corey Minton, and his show is called Alchemy in Theory and Practice. It is an incredible show. The front half of the store has stuff in theory, and then I think the back half has the practice. It's really cool. It's a really cool show, but the interview will not be done by me. The interview will be done by WitchLab's own art director, Abigail Collins. So tune in tomorrow, WitchLab Facebook page, see Abigail and Corey Minton talk about alchemy. I know, I love it. Art, science, magic, all comes together. It's fucking beautiful. All right, I'm going to take a moment right now because I haven't said hi to anybody, and I'm sorry. Got a lot. I'm really excited tonight. Got a lot of energy. But we're going to talk about upcoming events in just 1 second. I just want to say hi to you all. Let's see who's here. Chrissy, hey. Sonia. Sonia is actually our artist next month. So hopefully, if it becomes a monthly thing, you'll get to see Sonia talk about her art. It's going to be so. Hey, Bobo, Betty. Let's see, Donna. It is Wednesday. Christina, Jean, Sonia again. Okay, wait. I know there's more people than you guys. Hey, Rachel, Richard, Virginia, Amani. Amani, I'm glad you bought that shelf the other day. I love that shelf. It actually came from my house. I had it for a long time, but I was really happy to hear that somebody was like, I want that, because there's no price on it or anything. Like, I just want that bad. It's sweet. Lisa, hi. Kim. All right, I think we've gotten up to speed. Oh, Richard says he can't stay, but thanks for just checking in, man. That's cool. All right. Any other comments? You got makeup questions? I'm here for you. Oh, Jean, thank you. You can apply any falsies under your lashes. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. That's good to know. Jean does a lot of makeup stuff. It's really fucking cool to watch. Oh, and all the nice things about Loopy. Oh, so Sonia's Ella just had knee surgery. I'm gonna put that and it's gonna have second one in 4 weeks. Oh my god, I know. My whole life, my whole regiment right now is around Lupa. She's only allowed out of her cage when I am physically here to be on top of her on that cage. Oh, and I have a friend. So it's sad because she's in her cage and she fits in her cage, but with a fucking cast and a cone, she fits in her cage okay. But my friend, Matt, who owns Ironwood Wolves, he has much bigger cages. So he's going to let me borrow one of his wolf cages and she'll be able to spread out and not feel so cramped up in there. It's so crazy. When she's in her cage, like you guys got to see a picture of her sprawling out, and she's in her cage, her cast and her cone almost come together. Anyway, okay. Oh, and she's also a pibble. Oh, okay. All right, so now I'm gonna talk about upcoming events, and then we're gonna get our guests out here. So Art Talks, new monthly thing. Don't know exactly when they're gonna be on a regular, but first one's tomorrow. And Corey Minton's fucking awesome. He had work in the first WitchLab art show we ever had, which is right when we opened. Really cool tarot card stuff at the time. That was beautiful. Okay, monthly meetings. WitchLab Book Club, Cotum Librorum. The May book for the month is Outside the Charmed Circle by Misha Magdalene. Book clubs are open, free to anybody who wants to join. You don't even have to have read the book. You just kind of show up. But if you have read the book, then you can talk to Jean about all the questions that she puts together because they're awesome. Jean is the one who runs the book club now. So they're usually on the last Sunday of the month. So, and you know what? I actually copied the fucking link. How slick I am now. This is the book club if you want to find it, because it's not part of the WitchLab thing, right? It's actually separate from the WitchLab page because it was started separately. It's just our book club because we always had it there. Okay, so what else? What was I doing? Where was I? Where's my notes? Okay, so book club. If you want to join that, last Sunday of the month is going to be awesome, and we have that book online. or in the store, or you can get it on Amazon, whatever. Just read it. Misha Magdalen's amazing. Outside the Charm Circle. So first Sunday of every month, Circle of the Dark Mother. And the June meeting is a really fucking cool one. It's going to be focused on Kurukula. So Kurukula is the Hindu goddess of bewitchment, influence, and is said to remove obstacles and bring wisdom. What a fucking badass, right? This is what Kurukula looks like. She's fucking amazing. She's got like a hook that she throws, and then she's got this bow and arrow. Yeah, she's incredible. So if you want to learn about Kurukula, Circle of the Dark Mother, first Sunday of June, and that you can find on the WitchLab Facebook event page. So easy. You don't need a link for that. May 16th, just so happens the person who is talking about Kurukula is also teaching a class on Intro to Gnostic Kabbalah, Mark Williams, our resident Lilith expert and all-around amazing human being. May 26th, Ivo Dominguez Jr. will be on the show to discuss his new book, The Four Elements of the Wise. June 9th, Jason Mankey, new book, Horned God of the Witches. And on June 23rd, we have Judica Ellis. I know we're all super excited about that. She's amazing. All right. Make sure that I oh, what we have a flag on the play, friends. Sonia says, art talks. Hey, you promised you were going to do an art talk with me, though. I will bribe you with whiskey. I'm sure Abigail is fabulous. No pressure. I'm just being extra. You're not being extra. I love doing the artist talk. I was going to do this one because you are the one who's really pushed the artist talk thing, because you were so excited about the Jess Mira talk that I did in the shop. And I was like, man, we should do this more, because it got some of the best, it got more watches than WitchLab Wednesday Live. And so, yeah, you're the one who made me want to do those more. And so I told Abigail, we need to do artist talks. And she was like, who's going to do them? And I said, I'm happy to do them unless you want to. You're the art director. And she fucking stepped up. So she can do them, but I will do yours. I'm totally happy to do yours. That'd be great. Let's talk. I love your shit. All right. Back to getting our goddamn guests out here. These lovely ladies. These women are period heroes, warriors, bards. They are champions for the cause of period poverty awareness. They run a project called Red Tent Revival, and they use their band Tickles and Pokes to provide educational entertainment. Did I mention they're fucking funny? Folks, allow me to introduce Za Unit and Julia O'Keefe.
No pressure. Hello.
Welcome, ladies. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right, making sure your mic's working. You're so quiet.
Yeah.
Are we on?
Hello.
Hello? How do you work this thing? What?
Hold on. Let me get
How
my
do you work
glasses out.
computers?
See? I told you they were good.
What's happening with this cockamamie? Yeah. All right.
Cockamamie.
Got it.
All right. We're all good.
All right. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna talk to you guys. Okay, let's first talk about how we met. Can we talk about that for a moment?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So before pandemic hit, this was February, I think. It was February of 2020. And I answered a stupid post on Facebook. Hey, you want to sing with other people? And I was like, yeah, I kind of do want to sing. I don't sing well, but I sing well with other people. And so I answered this thing, and the only person I knew at the entire thing was the guy who had made the post. And so I showed up, and I met, what were there, 20 people there that day?
Yeah. Yeah.
All to sing a cappella together. Yeah. And there were two beatboxers. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And then that guy, Daniel, who was doing all the photography for it. And that was it. Like, it was like you were either singing, beatboxing, or taking pictures.
Yep. Plenty of wine to go around.
It was called Apocappella. Mm-hmm. The acapella for the apocalypse, and nobody knew what the fuck was coming in the next month.
Yeah, it was prophetic,
right?
So
it was awesome,
and that's where I met you two, right? You two were there, and we stood in the same little quadrant corner together. I think Julia, you and I actually shared phones at one point, like looking at lyrics and stuff.
Yeah,
That's what we all did.
Of us. I got dressed up specifically for that day. I was like, ooh, those are all right. Well, what else? You know,
She dressed for the weather, not the occasion.
Yeah. I just remember.
Oh, there's pictures? Damn.
I was also surprised about the pictures, but yeah, I didn't know it'd be documented.
You know,
You keep your beanies close. Look,
But
this saves you for every occasion. Like, wait,
no, that was awesome.
Oh wait, there's pictures. I got a beanie. Hold on.
I got a beanie for that. Hold on.
So that's how I know that you guys can sing, because you were the ones carrying me, I'm pretty sure, in that little quadrant. But man, that was a fucking fun day. Like getting just to sing out loud in front of a bunch of people, with a bunch of people. I've often said since then, I feel like this is what it's like when people play sports they really like.
Yeah.
Because I've never had that feeling about a sport when people are like, oh, soccer. And I'm like,
all that.
camaraderie. Yeah. Look forward to going and practicing.
Yeah. I was really, oh my God. I was like, the whole next meeting was my life. I was so excited about it. And then March happened. And then we never saw each other again.
No, until one fateful evening.
What was that?
That
4
was
weeks ago?
Yeah, the day you got your second vax shot.
Yeah.
The next day you were going to get it.
So okay, so it was right.
Yeah.
So it was the day before that, which was actually the day before the last show, because the last show I had was the day I got my second vax shot.
It was nuts.
But yeah, so at some point, a Pacapella is happening again.
It needs.
I know that
it was awesome.
Yeah. I know that Casey Ward and Jess Ward and everybody else who had anything to do with planning that, you know, everybody's like, as soon as we motherfucking can.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that again.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down. That was so fun.
And that was an open invite. If anybody just wants to fucking sing.
Yeah.
It's there.
Sing. It sounded amazing.
Really, I really felt good about it. Like, damn. All right.
We can do this. We can do this.
Yeah, we can do this. Okay. So I want to know how did you two meet?
So we met like 13, 14 years ago. There was a doodah call. Jim Maneri was like, hey, why are you being the doodah band? And I'm like, okay. And I was new to the whole entire world. I was like sweet little Bambi, just wide-eyed, and what is this Columbus and what is doodah, you know? And I was going through this moment of like, just say yes, don't be afraid. Like, can't be afraid of everything forever, ever. So I said yes. And I went early because I'm a nerd and I must be stupid early for everything. I think I just need I got to get my boundaries right. Like figure everything out, decide if I really want to do this, have time to commit or eject from the situation. But anyway, so things were happening and I just kind of got overwhelmed. And I had this moment, like literally I was like, okay, I might need to eject from the situation. I'm not ready for everything yet, you know? So I go out to the patio and I'm just kind of looking out and I'm just in my mind, I was like, should I stay or should I go now? Yeah. And that was all that was happening with me. Yeah. And then this beautiful ray of sunshine with bright blue hair starts ascending up the stairway and just we locked eyes and I was like, she is safe and nice and I just want to follow her. I did that. That's what I did. She was like, girl, you come with me. She said that. Put her arm around me. We made our way to that little kitchen. And I'm like, this is the first time I've ever been on my own, really alone ever in my entire life. Like, and I'm 35 years old. So I've either, big family. I was number 7 out of 11. And then I was in the system. Even when I was homeless, we had people around, you stayed in groups. And at 17, I was pregnant with my first baby and 6 children. Well, at that point, it was 5 kids later. This was the first time in my reality. And I had got out of a 2-week funk just to get out of my apartment, out of my house, because I had when the kids left, I was like, I didn't know what to do with myself.
She had never been without her kids ever.
Right.
That was the first time. So she was like a deer, like,
I was panicked. Like I
Yeah.
felt guilty about every step I took. Anything I did, I felt guilty about. I felt guilty for doing anything that had nothing to do with my kids. And Julie was like, I will break you of that, girl.
I'll break you of
You
that.
have no need to fear.
Smack single mothers against children and kids.
She did. She turned me the fuck on. And I was like, you are a wonder.
I love my babies.
And I will. Oh, no, their babies are awesome. And nobody's been eaten. They've all survived. They've moved out of the house. Life is much better when you have a mother who is happy.
Yes. Preach.
A mother who doesn't feel like they're constantly sacrificing or riddled with guilt. A mother who's actually excited to be around you and share and listen and has that. And it's not that I didn't listen to my kids, but, you know, before then, it was like I heard all the things. And if it needed a motherly's attention, it got a motherly attention. You know what I mean? But most of the time in my head, I was just dead. I was just dead inside. I just felt dead and detached and depressed. And I would look in the mirror wondering who this person was, you know?
Well, fast forward, then she goes to Colorado.
Right.
And then I tried to hang out with her. I didn't understand that she didn't really like, I mean, I'm like, let's go, let's do stuff. What you doing? What's up? And she's like, I'm big, you know. Well,
Is
then she
this
goes,
business?
so she goes to Colorado, and I'm like, well, you know,
That's that.
yeah.
She sent me some, well,
No, my sister bought her
Really?
earrings, and she was like, send these to Za. I was like, yeah, I'll send them to Za. And in classic fashion, I did not right away. I wore them for a little while. I was like, I'll get them to her. I lost one for a second. Sorry, Jean.
and then I moved back.
Yeah, and then I
And
I gave
got
them
them
to
for
her.
my 45th birthday.
I gave them to her when she moved back. I was like, oh, by the way, my sister bought these for you.
So after you guys met, Za, you moved away.
Yeah.
For how long?
It was years later. No, so we met like 13 years ago.
And then
but
she moved and she came back. Yeah.
But
And then
she lived on a different part of town and she had little kids.
Mhm.
And I lived in a different part of town and I had a ton of little kids. And we were both trying to do our band thing. You know, she was with Miller Kelton. I was doing the pawn shop and the Angry Men and, you know, all my little things, side projects. And, you know, we would run into each other all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And we always immediately reconnected. And it was
Yeah.
always this feeling like, I want to hang out with her.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
like when we left, I just wanted to be with her again.
Right. I wanted to go visit. I was like, I need to get out to Colorado.
There we go.
There she is.
We're back. We're back. Sorry.
What happened?
My internet's telling me that something's going on, but I think it's going to be okay. We're just going to ignore it. Just
All
go
right,
on.
let's just pretend like it's not that.
Well,
So,
then, you came
So
back.
then I went in 2017 or 2015, I went out to Colorado and was there for a couple of years and then came back in 2017 and, it was just timing at that point. You know, she was done with that band thing. I just came back, so I had nothing really going on. I was just sort of trying to figure out what I wanted to do now that I'm back.
And I was looking for something new to do, really. I was looking for something new to do.
And it was actually a mutual friend who was like, let's go kidnap Julia. And I was like, oh my God, Julia O'Keefe. Well, yes, I will kidnap her.
Yeah.
Any day. I would also kidnap her any fucking day.
Yes,
Yeah.
any fucking day I'm on.
Call me for a good time.
That's true.
And it was like, literally, so there was that play date that was arranged for us. So we had a play date arranged for us. It's really what went down.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, this is fun. And we knew my birthday was coming up. And Julia's like, okay, well, if your birthday's coming up, we're going to the woods. We're going to
Right.
we're renting a cabin. And I'm like, I've never
She's never
done that in my
ever.
life.
You've never rented a cabin like at Hocking
No.
Hills or some shit?
I was like, well, it's happening. It's
No.
happening.
That has never happened in my reality. And so for my 45th birthday, she's like, we are getting a cabin. There's going to be cocktails. There's going to be a hot tub. We're bringing some other sweet women with us. And we're going to have
It was
a
awesome.
blast, right?
And we were all on our period.
Yes, ma'am. Full moon.
All of and full
all
moon.
for There's pictures of like all the different menstruation ways that people catch their blood. There were like all these different, everybody
we brought all the pads,
everybody had their
everything. Yeah.
Like an extra, as we do.
Yeah, because I forgot mine. Yeah. That's how
But the other of us had more and extra.
So was this cabin of period bliss and sharing? Was this the beginning?
I credit that. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So we are trying to be like goddesses under, the full moon kind of moment. Like we're trying to have a magical moment. And unfortunately, there are people who enjoy their firearms in the Hocking Hills area.
Right.
So there happened to be some, we assume, gentlemen. That might be a bias on us.
I don't know. Who knows?
But it inspired a song. And so somebody was out there like just boo, 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 boo. And we're just like, Jesus, fuck. Like if he's trying to catch anything, he's the worst shot on the planet. Like give up, go home, hit Kroger's on the way. You're not hitting dinner tonight. Not happening. Like nothing was going right for this poor soul. So she turns up Gregorian chants.
Yeah.
We pull the speakers out,
Yeah, we're trying to do something.
Got the incense going. Just, whatever we can do to just kind of scare that energy away somehow. And so finally it just comes out, put your cock away, and all the other women start yelling.
Yeah, we're all
put your cock away.
And nothing.
The gun shut up. I don't know.
We'll
just say, it was a cock. I mean, there's cocks on there.
I don't know.
But the cock stopped.
Right.
And it was glorious. Right. And we decided that is like a magical word. Put your cock away. Like that's magic right there.
Right. I've said it.
And that's how many times have you out?
That's one of your songs, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Put your cock away?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Inspired from that event. And then all the other events, and every event. And
then our friend, we were out at Tato Heads a long time ago. And our friend, we were just trying to think of,
at this point, we're singing out now.
Yeah.
We're starting to write some new songs and stuff, and we're learning things. And so we're doing.
Yeah, trying to force me to do it.
I'm like, play an instrument.
And be a better person. And I'm fighting her every step of the way. I'm like,
that's friendship.
She's like, no.
We are better than this. Are we, though?
So our friend is like, wait.
You girls need a band name.
Yeah.
You need a band name.
And she was like,
you're Tickles.
And Za got confused and thought she had pointed at her and said Tickles. And, of course, that made no sense whatsoever. No, and no. She's Pokes.
She goes, no,
you're fluff them. I fluff them.
I stuff them. No,
yeah. Yep. Yeah, for real. Tickles and Pokes.
I'm the train. She shakes the caboose.
That's right.
She's got.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Wait, the fluffer and the stuffer?
Right. I fluff them.
Tickles, Pokes. Yeah. And we only got that because she's just a beautiful and nice and very accepting person. And I'm highly triggered.
Yeah.
And so I'm not to say that I'm not nice and polite and can sit still.
Right.
But I okay, instance.
So you're the pointy one and she's the soft one.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just more
both.
I'm just more
right?
straightforward.
What?
You need both of those things. You need.
I
need
think
both
so. Yeah. Totally.
Oh,
I'm blaming it on neurodivergent technique. I used to think, it's Dutch, but I wasn't raised by Dutch, my grandfather. But I'm like, I don't know why I'm the way I am. And now I'm finding out, because I don't listen I don't read people the same way as other people. I believe people when they tell me things. I just assume what you're saying is true and real, and that's what you're telling me. And it's just taken me a long time to figure out people speak in codes, and they, beat around the bush, and they do all this stuff. And it's just always been a problematic point for me. And so now that I know that, okay, not everybody just tells you the truth. They're not just
most people speak in fucking code, man. Most. I get this so hard.
Because I'm getting older, I think my fucks are gone. I think that's what it is. Like there's a breakdown. Like once I would just sit silently and just take you at your word, but you know what I mean? Honestly, just confused, just really confused. Like, I don't know what just happened there. You said these words. I assume that's what you meant, but all these actions are telling me.
Oh, you must be so fun to gaslight.
That's why I'm here.
She gets me out of cage matches.
Like,
true stories.
Come to me.
True stories. Yeah. Yeah, we had one dude, like, we were talking about what was going on over on Livingston. And I'm like, this is gentrification. And apparently he owned a lot of the property that was gentrifying the area, which he thought he could kind of backtrack out of. And I caught him. And so I just got a little bit upset. And I don't get rude. I just like, fact. You know, this is what gentrification is. This is what you're doing and contributing. I don't care how nice you are, how many times you vote Democrat.
This is very pokey. Yeah, totally.
No problem. And Julia was like, oh, okay, now we're going to go inside and make music. And she got me out of there before blood was shed. No, I'm just kidding. No blood would ever be shed. But you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's kind of the dynamic at play. I'm like, I have facts and cue cards.
And let's laugh. We should get into that. We should get into why is it important? What is the message that you guys have for us? Why is it important for us to hear it? Like, give me your spiel. The whole reason that you're on this show is because when I ran into Za 4 weeks ago, she got up on a soapbox and was like, here's the thing. And she started spouting stuff and and legislature and things and numbers and shit. And I'm like, you know what you need, friend? You need a fucking soapbox. Right. Oh, I have one. Come on my show. Right. This is the time. I'm asking you now. Bring it. What do we need to know?
Okay. So what you need to know is right here and now, 1 in 4 people who menstruate here in America cannot afford to buy the products they need or have access to the sanitation they need to have their menstruation cycle safely. If you don't have access to clean menstruation supplies, water, soap, and things to dry yourself, all kinds of problems will happen to somebody who menstruates. And once we discovered this was a problem in America, you would think the simple solution is then to go gather up pads, right? That was what we thought. Well, solution, get people to donate pads, give pads to the people in need, right? That doesn't work that way, because when you ask people to donate pads, they'll get the brands always that they love, right? And then if you ask Google, hey, Google, what are in Always Pads Plus? Google has this beautiful litany of toxins and chemicals that attribute to infertility, cancer, sterility, rashes, all kinds of genital issues directly related to the products that are put into these popular brand pads. So the solution for that is, well, we need organic pads, right? We need something organic. Well, you have to take it a little bit further, because then you start seeing that there's this another tier of products going on that are marketed organic, but they still contain a lot of plastics in their applicators and their protecting wrappers. And when you start looking into the data about that, 20 billion plastic applicators and particles from our menstruation supplies wind up in North American landfills alone every single year. So let's multiply that. It's like about 24, 6, 80 billion. I always have to look at the B because it still shocks me every time I say it out loud. Like, no, that's what the notes say. Billion. Plastic tips, applicators, wrappers wind up in American landfills every single year. That's unacceptable. We are literally choking our planet. It takes 500 to 800 years for these things to biodegrade. And we're in a climate crisis. So you can't help one issue by perpetuating other issues, right? We've got uterine health at risk, and we've got literally planet Earth, the mother herself, at risk by just going along with these pad drives just willy-nilly. And so we're like, okay, that's not going to work. So what's going on? What choices do we have? So we discovered back in 2014, Representative Ming out of New York created this bill, HR 1882, Menstruation Equity for All Act. And in 2015, she got it before the House. And it has over 86 senators who have signed on in favor for HR 1882. It had great positive momentum. And then the House decided to send it before the subcommittee in charge of crime, domestic terrorism, and homeland security.
And that's where it sits today.
Okay. Here's why I want you to pause for a second, because I have questions. Okay, so this bill is designed, it is put together, and then it literally just gets fucking shuffled into a drawer that it doesn't fit into.
Yes.
Right?
And not just once.
Say again the committee it got shuffled to.
The subcommittee over crime, domestic terrorism, and homeland security.
Okay. Crime, domestic terrorism, and homeland security is now who's deciding about a bill about menstruation products?
Equity for all. So
Equity
basically,
for all. Right.
This bill proposes that we have menstruation supplies available in all federal buildings, schools. I mean, it's limited. It really is limited in its own language. And it specifically goes out to mention that only available in all bathrooms unless it is a men's only bathroom. It is specifically written that way within that bill. So we find this bill and we're like, yay, the bill's introduced 2015, reintroduced 2017, reintroduced 2019, every single time, sent to the subcommittee over crime, domestic terrorism, and homeland security. And at that point, we're like, you know what? Fuck the Fed. Like, really, fuck the federal government. We're not going to get this done. We're not going to get this done.
Who the fuck is in charge of putting that to that subcommittee? Who is the motherfucker that is that? Who is that crook in the fucking chain? Like, who is that person who is making that weird ass shit happen? Why is that the subcommittee that you would send equality menstruation shit to? How is that any of those things?
Because our representatives are old white men who pat themselves on the back for saying words like tampon on the House floor. They think they're being uber progressive because
2019 was the first time tampon was used on
the House
2019
floor. On the Ohio House floor, the first time that word was ever used on the Ohio House.
Wait. Okay, Sonia says, I suspect because that faction is triple covered by the Patriot Act and cannot be class action sued like other government. What is it? Does that make sense? Triple covered by the Patriot Act and cannot be a class action sued. I don't know. I don't understand.
Keep talking, Sonia.
Well, like what exactly? I don't understand. Cannot be a class action suit or? Do you mean suit? Or sued? I don't know.
I'm not sure, but
I don't know enough about government.
Right. Well, and neither did we, to be honest. And
she's saying why Homeland Security has it.
Why Homeland Security would be over, and why they would send it to the subcommittee. I understand.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And she's not off because there's more information. She's not off at all, or they're not off at all. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make any assumptions. Okay, but let's get back to the rabbit hole, right? So our first thing is this big festival. We decide, okay, this is not a way to go about this.
Homeland Security is a blanket entity with almost endless fucking powers.
Right.
The fucking was mine.
They are not wrong at all.
All right, sorry, go on.
And it does, and this actually goes to what they're saying too. So this became a rabbit hole for us. So we looked into the legislation and we're like, okay, it's great that that's happening, but this is bullshit. And within the legislation itself, there's problematic language. And so we started getting a little bit further into it. And we discovered that, like in Arizona, New Mexico, and in Texas and California, there were some prisons that were using the menstruation cycle as a punitive measure against the inmates. So number one, inmates are in charge of buying their own pads or tampons. They're only allowed 11 max a month, 11 pads or tampon. No, and like it's less than that on the tampons, but 11 pads a month is all they're allowed.
It's less than that on tampons?
Yes. Also, if they get blood on their uniform, then they're defacing prison state property, and the punishment is to lose their commissary privileges, which is the only way that they can buy their pads.
That's exactly
that is exactly right. What I mean, we sat down with some recently released women and men, and they were telling us their stories, and then we started researching some of the different prison systems, and you know, it's sick. It's just really sick, and it gets worse. It gets worse because after that conversation, and within the boundaries of that conversation, we started talking about trans men who haven't been recognized, that are in the system, and what it's like to them, for them to have a cycle. And my friend Lester works over at Mosaic, and so I called him up, and you know, we were just talking about the trans man experience who you have still experience menstrual cycles, and you know, altercations that happen in men's bathroom because these men will start their cycle and there's nobody to call out for help for. And that's where that language, again, we really looked at it and we're like, oh my God, that is, number one, that was on purpose. Legislation, every single word is scrutinized, looked at by lawyers. Every single word is written.
It is taken for its absolute face technical fucking value. Right?
And when we were looking into this legislation, we realized, like, okay, number one, they put no boundaries at all on what menstruation supplies must be available in these federal and schools and libraries, you know, these sort of public buildings, not businesses. So again, we already looked at that. That's problematic. I don't want my taxpayers paying tax money going into buying more toxic waste to kill the earth. Like, no, I will pay taxes for biodegradable products to be available in every single bathroom. And then the second part is the wording that products will be available in all bathrooms excluding bathrooms marked for men only. That is transphobic and unacceptable.
Absolutely.
100%. And there's no need for gendered language in a Menstruation Equity Act. This is 2021. That's bullshit.
There's too many.
It needs to be stripped out of there because it allows way too many loopholes for fuckery to go on. So really what it boiled down to for us was, okay, if we're going to get this done, you have to start local. Anything worth doing is worth doing at home first. And we're very fortunate to live in Columbus. I know it's some fuckery on some levels, but on the other hand,
we got some fuckery. But go on.
Fuckery. But on the other hand, we have got powerful, strong voices and energy in this town to create necessary change. We do have the power within our community. And we also have the support and the love of people who are in Columbus City Council, in Cincinnati, in Cleveland, in Akron, who are on the councils, who are in a place and ready to jump once we can get these signatures and get the ball rolling.
Yeah,
so this
or
is
$20 million.
Or 20 mil.
Anybody? I keep forgetting to play the lotto. You can't win if you don't play.
Well, we did get fully vaccinated, so we're down for $1 million.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we heard about that.
Yep.
Yeah, we got.
Okay, so we just had to give a second for that little energy pause.
All right.
But otherwise, there is more we can do, and it is really simple. So we have a website, ticklesandpokes.com, and right at the top of that website, there's this black and white tent top, and that's the Red Tent Revival. You go in there, and everything you need to read and break down, and the source is all in there, as well as our period positive promise. And what we're doing is we're collecting signatures to take to Columbus City Council to let them know that Ohio needs a Menstruation Equity for All Ohio Act that is non-gendered in its written form and includes protection for the people and the planet by putting in measures that stipulate biodegradable pads only. And so what we need are signatures. Once we get enough signatures, we can stand before City Hall. We can propose this measure for Franklin County. We can take this, once it passes Franklin County, over into different towns and municipalities, get these towns on board, and then the whole state can flip the script, because one of the people who actually wants menstruation equity for all is Miss Joyce Beatty herself, who was one of the main proponents for HR 1882 on the state level. And that's where she works and that's where she does it. But she loves this and she loves what we're doing. Elizabeth Brown is another major proponent for menstruation equity for all. Like when I say we do have people, good, solid people, Bridget Kelly, good, solid people on our team waiting for us to do what we need to do, get those signatures and get going. And then we have a donation button because nothing's for free. You know, just putting out mailers and creating education. It costs money to buy the stamps and all the stuff. And so it's not a lot. We work from home. We do our thing on the stage and in other people's businesses. So, you know, we've kept it pretty minimal, but, you know, we run the website. We do all of it from home and ourselves. So any donation is desperately needed and appreciated. But signatures is where it's at. That's where the work is at.
Yeah.
And we want to be put out of business. There's just too much other shit to do.
Right, really. We would like this to end and be done with it.
This is done. It's 2021. Everybody should have access to pads. We should be having this conversation. Really want to be put out of business.
One of the things that you said to me at when we hooked up again like 4 weeks ago, one of the things that you said to me was like, I was like, what do you need? And you said, I need signatures. And I was like, fuck, man, I have a witch store. You know what we love? Women's rights. You know what we love? Trans rights. You know, we love period power shit, right? Like, we love blood in the whole motherfucking way. So I said right then, get me the information. Give me a fucking QR code that people can just scan at the counter with a little blurb about this, because they will give signatures on the spot. I'm telling you that I would say 8 out of 10 customers I have would give you a signature. And if you need signatures, I can help you. And there are other businesses like mine that can help you, right? The Vanderbilt Room, you put a thing up there. Yeah. We're going to talk about them for a second. I'm sure the garden, right? Like you just put up something that just directs people to, hey, we're not asking for money, literally asking for signatures.
Yeah, Lacey
we need
let us do
signatures.
that for sure.
So like give us that and I will get you fucking signatures.
Yes. And
still
actually
promise. Also, James Kindler says, as a father of a trans child, I never thought about this topic for them. Thank you for opening my eyes to this. Because this is something that we don't, if it's not in your wheelhouse, if it's not in your direct life, it doesn't affect you directly, or someone who you love who has told you that it affects them directly, you don't fucking know.
Right? No, and we're two people who bleed, right? You would think we know something about our uterus. I've had 6 children come out of me. She had a set of twins. Like, you would think we would know something about what's happening with periods and uteruses and all of that. And no, we don't, because that's part of the unfortunate patriarchal narrative that we're all raised in.
Oh, it's just a fucking mystery down there. Who knows what happens?
Right. No, literally. Yeah. And not just that, but like I said, when we first came in, we were just these naive, like, well, okay, people need pads, you raise pads, you know, simple solution kind of thing. And no, it's a rabbit hole.
And you can't ignore it.
And you can't ignore it once you go down. And it just speaks personal, like to all the levels. That was the other thing. Like, so once we started doing the music together, real quick, they gave us the name Tickles and Pokes, and we were hanging out, and I'm like, you know, I won't keep doing music if it isn't for a reason. And, you know, and music is enough for a lot of people, and I totally understand that. But the majority of the stuff I did before was raising awareness for other people through the music. And that's what gave me a lot of fulfillment. And she was like, yeah, me too, girl. Like, that was the best way to do it, was to use that gift to just raise voices, like be trumpets, you know? And I'm like, okay, we got to have a cause. And it's got to be femme-centric, because that's who we are.
Right.
And I was reading an article about period poverty out of India. And I was like, I wonder if that's a thing in America. And that was where I came across that first statistic. You know, I was like, holy shit. Like, and on top of it, you know, we've got our personal stories. When I was a kid, I was homeless, and I had periods on the street, and I did all kinds of things, including starve myself during my period to try to lighten the load. And that doesn't work. P.S. That does not work. I just want to put that out there.
Just to put that out there. Tried it.
I tried it. Don't work.
Yeah.
I want to give a quick second to Critter Morris for 1 sec. My loves, she says. Critter Morris was the other person in our fucking quadrant. She was Critter was to my left, Julia and Howard to my right.
Yeah.
We sang together in a whole way that I still feel bonded with you bitches.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Same with my
really?
whole face.
Really? No, I want
just-
to. Yeah, I want to do that more.
Yeah.
God damn it. It was really like, I can't believe that it was so amazing, and I found it right before we couldn't speak to anyone ever again.
Right. Well done.
Oh my God.
That was a
Anyway.
roller coaster.
That was rough. Anyway, back to the topic. Just Crystal Hart says she would sign in a heartbeat. And also,
Easy.
Crystal Hart wants to be part of Apocapella, by the way. She said that earlier. I didn't highlight it, but I'm telling y'all now.
Yeah. No,
Seriously, just fucking show up and have at least one song to suggest. Because everybody suggests a song.
Yeah.
And everybody motherfucking sings that song. Oh, it's so good.
Yes.
And then Sonia says AJ is the shit. So AJ Vanderelli is the owner of the Vanderelli Room. And you guys have a thing going on. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But she says that Sonia's art show is next month at WitchLab. And she says Tiffany can pick one of my works, and the sale of it can go straight to y'all. So that means that all proceeds of that one piece, which I will pick one, and WitchLab's part will go there too, all the way to you bitches.
Oh,
You know, anything.
that's
So
awesome.
so this seems like a. I just want to make sure there's lots of things that people saying like that this whole fucking thing, like the general public tends to assume that it isn't an issue and these items are readily available, you know, to people in prison or because we assume it's considered a medical necessity. Do we though? I mean, we don't get any special fucking treatment. We have to spend money just because we're women and we make less, and we gotta spend shit on stuff that we don't get to control.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But yeah, people don't understand. They're not aware because it's not an issue for them.
Right. Well, and like to speak to what they were pointing out, also there was the pink tax, which we helped end in 2019 for Ohio.
Oh, I saw that on your site.
But it happens in 31 states. There is an additional.
Okay, tell us what the pink tax is.
Okay. In 31 states here in the U.S. in 2021, there is still an additional luxury tax attached to all menstruation products. Here in Ohio, it was 5.7 or 5.
Fucking luxury tax? I will
like
spit up my whiskey. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. And
luxury tax?
Yes.
Like we're smoking cigarettes?
Yes.
With our
or buying a yacht or a fur coat. More like buying a yacht or fur coat luxury tax.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It goes up to 21%. It was like 21% in California, and they finally ended theirs as well. We ended that here in Ohio in 2019, and it came in effect April 2020. So check your receipts, because there's some motherfuckers out there still trying to play.
Yeah.
Check
so April 2020, a year ago,
yes,
the luxury tax
was removed from your products in the state of Ohio.
For the luxury
of your blood.
Yes.
Yes. But there's some other fucking shady stores out there who will still keep that.
For a coat to soak up the blood.
Yes.
You're going to get the luxury tax. Use the fur coat,
Get
ladies.
the fur coat, soak the fucking blood out with it. It's actually probably better for your fine china. Did you see that? It was cute. I saw a little kid this little kid was calling their mama's vagina fine china. And I was like, I love that. I have fine china.
I think that's weird.
You can't even take that away from me.
Well, it's luxury. It's luxurious.
It's so luxurious. It's like fine china.
But it sounds delicate. and shouldn't be used much.
Well, my
And I don't
daughter,
like either of those things.
when my daughter was 4 and she was still showering, I would just throw the kids in there when I was showering. We had to get everybody ready and stuff. When my daughter was, one of my kids, when she was 4, she was like, Mom, boys have penises. And I'm like, very good, they do. And she goes, you know what girls have? And I go, what do they have? She says, virginas. Yes, we do.
Virginas.
We've got virginas.
I like it.
That makes this. Sonia says,
I like it.
Giles, bring me the minx. It's a heavy flow day.
That's true.
Right?
This
For
is
my
some
vagina.
lifestyle shit.
Right.
And we paid the taxes for it.
Right. Champagne problem.
Oh wait, let's
Champagne.
let's put this banner up real quick just so people remember who you are. This is Tickles and Pokes of Red Tent Revival 501c4.
Right.
Mhm.
Ticklesandpokes.com.
Yep.
Takes you
Yep,
straight
yep,
there.
Yep.
Ticklesandpokes.com. Right there. You go to the red tent, you poke on that little red tent. It's right there on that front page. Poke.
Poke that red tent.
Everything
Poke
you
it.
need to know. Sorry, I don't mean to poke your
Sorry.
boob.
They're there. Don't brawn.
We're doing this just like all out.
Oh yeah, that's what WitchLab Wednesday Live is all about. I like it all out. Bring it all to me, friends. Okay, so you guys both have an activism background, right? Like you guys did something before this. What was your backgrounds?
Well, what did we do?
I mean, we did a lot of stuff with Miller Kelton and stuff with music. We did a lot of like food, like just drives to get
Food
money
drives
for
and
like
stuff.
like for shelters and
Toys for
toys
tots.
stuff. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
We do Fem Fest.
Yeah.
And when I went out to Colorado, that really, like, you ever want to know what kind of person you are? When we moved out to Colorado,
Always.
we were in the Sowatch Valley in Crestone. And if you know anything about Crestone, Colorado, like when I told people I found the heart of hell, people were like giggle. And now that the stories are starting to pop out, they're like, holy shit. Dead bodies, mummified, held in the back. Yeah, that was the latest story out of Crestone. But while I was there, there was a whole lot of pedophile fuckery rapists running around that had started the youth program. So I got there and they were starting to fall out of sorts and they were losing touch. And the sheriff's wife, she grabbed it up and she's like, I'm going to be the president. I want you to be the vice president. And I was like, Brandon, and I'm like, okay, it's for the kids. Like I'm here and I've got a ton of kids. So I'm down for whatever's dealing with my kids. I want to be a part of it. And we get in there and I get to know some of the kids. And one of them tells me that she was raped by this older boy who's being protected by the woman who ran the program. And I'm like, hold on. Went to the moms, of course, went to the sheriff, called down and I went over to the courthouse and looked through the court papers. Anyway, a bunch of fuckery later and a bunch of threats to my life and a couple of peaceful sit-ins and protests and getting Tukasa involved, which was the only sexual violent assault victims unit for the entire Sowatch Valley. And they were just overwhelmed. What it boiled down to is we had to leave because I was getting my life threatened pretty much daily by certain people who didn't want such a big mouth. And I told you I have a filter problem. I don't.
Yeah. You lend your excitement's not the exuberance. Your extra stuff that you do for period awareness to pedophilia, and people are going to start to freak the fuck out because lots of motherfuckers protect those people.
Yes, they do. Women and men alike.
What
and
the fuck? But they do in a whole way that would make them angry and violent towards you. Pedophiles are protected, man.
Oh yeah. And it was a peaceful protest that really
churches, spouses, all kind of motherfuckers.
Really?
Yeah.
They were trying to celebrate their priestess pedophile. And so me and some moms, and we even had some ladies come literally around the mountain. They came all the way from Colorado City, all the way around to the Sowatch Valley. and came in and just sat peacefully with us. And I had gathered a bunch of information from Tukasa to pass out about domestic violence and how to reach out if you've been accosted, you know, all the things that we could think. And then I just played my guitar, and all of the women sat together, and a couple of men joined us, and some young girls joined us. And it was just beautiful. We were just out there at the bottom of the hill while they celebrated the priestess pedophile.
You had it on live. You had it on live. I watched.
I live streamed it. They called the sheriffs on us. Number one, that was the first act. The sheriffs came down and said, no, that she had already called and made sure everything they were doing was compliant and they're not doing anything wrong. And as a matter of fact, he was like, if you guys feel threatened, I'll stick around and make sure you guys are okay. And I was like, okay, I appreciate you. So he stuck around for a minute. And then once he took off, we had this woman, a mother of like 3 boys, teenage boys. Okay, so first of all, there's one square. There's a stop sign, stop sign, stop sign, stop. That's the whole town. It's a square. And she decided to stop. So she did this round so she could drive by us and scream at us and call us horse and bitches.
We call that cruising, by the way. She's just cruising the square.
And she stopped. She would like slam on the brake, bitches, horse, and then turn the corner and she had to do the whole block because there's no cut throughs. And then she'd come by and did it again. And then she sent her boys over, and they came up with their friends, and they were being all thuggy. What's all this about? You know. And I said, well, let me explain it to you, young man. And I took him and I educated him about rape and sexual violence.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, and he took my papers, and he took all my paperwork, and he says, actually, I've got a friend I really want to give this to, and I'm not with them. That's what happened to those boys.
So it takes a fucking lot to be an activist, right? It takes a lot. You have to care. You have to have the energy. You have to care about doing it after you do your job and your kids stuff and your whatever other things, the million things that you have to do that fill up our extra days. Then you have to care enough to go that much further to do all the things that you are doing. This
and
makes
really
sense.
We build each other up for real. We wouldn't be doing this without Za would be doing something probably. But I'm like, oh yeah, that's yes, let's do it. I'm more like, that's awesome.
She's
I
down,
love
she's
music,
loud, she's ready to
and this
jump in.
This, of course, meant something to me. Absolutely.
Of course.
I mean,
well, and it made sense. Like when we were talking about it's got to be femme-centric.
Right.
And we ran across that period story. It's like, when we're living in a world where we can't even all admit at the exact same time that uteruses are real, deserve regard and respect and support.
Belong to half the population.
Belong to over half the population.
Over half the population. Thank you.
Right.
Fuck.
Yeah.
There's even more of us.
Until we can have until we as a communal society can hold that regard as true and real as we do, their fucking holidays and stuff. Like they'll throw everything down for the 4th of July, but this is real, like real blood flowing, real. Every single day, doesn't stop. Real. Let's have this conversation. Uteruses aren't gross. Periods aren't gross. Menstruation's not gross. It's not a trend. It's not a fad. We don't have control over it. You don't have a bad diet if it's more than one dot.
You cannot stop it.
The fuckery we have heard from the misinformation and
because like you said, they don't want to research it enough because it's a fucking mystery. Who knows what's going on down there? It's lady part shit.
Right.
Because of that, we don't have the statistics. We don't have it's everybody is like, well, I did this and we're literally coming together as a community-based information. It's like we're one huge period forum, right? We're all just trying to figure it out from that because science isn't fucking helping us.
No. Well, number one, science didn't think it was important to do any kind of research on female cadavers for way.
So just recently, like what, 10 years ago, 5 years ago? Like, so like recent.
Way
like it's
too
recent.
long.
I can't remember exact. Somebody.
They just figured white
They
guys.
didn't even cut up a body to see what a fucking clit looks like. Come on,
Yeah, I mean,
motherfuckers.
No, and this is why they can't find it. So number one, we have an entire medical association community that doesn't know shit about uteruses and female bodies in general, because they didn't think it was important to study a female cadaver. So, I mean, let's just get back to the point where women aren't gross, our parts aren't nasty, they are very real. And unfortunately, all of this, it's not a men problem. Our like second show or third show that we did, second show, the young, beautiful female bartender, like somewhere in her 20s-ish.
Oh yeah, this is our second.
Our very second show.
I mean, we can be specific.
We had period art. So I had a period. I had a pair of white leggings, and I did blood stains, and then I wrote the facts down the legs, and we hung it up, and it was beautiful, right? And she walks up to it, and Julie happens to be right there, and she's like, "Oh, what is? Oh,
Because this is disgusting."
This is so
She was
disgusting.
just like,
Like-
real, like, this is disgusting. What is this? And I said, "Oh." So I just said,
it's art.
It's art, and we're trying to, whatever. We're trying to. I don't know what I said exactly, but it had to do with like period stigma, like trying to combat period stigma.
Yeah,
We're trying to end period poverty.
right.
And, she was like, oh, and just was very uncomfortable by the whole
Right.
thing.
And through
Very
the whole
uncomfortable.
thing, she was making snidey comments
Yeah, she
about like
was.
the Muppet Show.
And I know she was
and it
getting
was just-
tipped. 'Cause my friends were
well,
there.
it was just because of her own discomforts. It's her own stigmas that she grew, and it was all her problem. You know what I mean? Like in the end, it had nothing to do with anything except this poor child was never educated. She was never made to feel comfortable with her own body. She was never given permission to not react in this very toxic, masculine, conditioned response. Like, stop giving your power away. Like, this is magic. Do you realize what you can do with your own blood? It's magic.
Yeah.
Get in it. Google.
Yeah.
Google
yeah.
that shit.
Yeah,
We actually had a whole show with a blood magic person and a whole 3-part class. Well, it's 2 parts so far with a blood magic person. We know that blood is fucking magic. Like, that is huge. It's the stigma that comes from the blood that comes from down there that freaks them the fuck out, right? Yeah. It's gross. Oh my God. Like, how are we still here in this area thinking that, like you said, over half the population of people menstruates, right? And so, Rachel Kayla says, my nurse today just discussed this medical issue with me. Men were easier for them to study.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. For all kinds of reasons. Yeah. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Easier because they were men, easier because they actually gave a shit about finding out what the vas deferens does.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. No, it's medical neglect on every level.
Yeah,
it really is. And it's modern day that we're not talking about 100 years ago. They didn't know. No, they're still learning now, discovering what the magic of our body and our own healing powers and properties that come straight out of our womb.
Maybe we're just too special to cut apart and figure out what our mysteries are.
Like they were scared.
Yeah. Right?
They were scared. They're going to cut us open and the fucking ghosts from our vagina would come get them.
I know. They never
Vagina
realized
ghosts are going to attack you if you cut up a human female body.
You would think as doctors they would realize they were just staring at their vagina inside out every time they touch their penis. They're dummies. Like, that's my vagina.
I think about that shit all the time. I think about the because at some point there's a decision that's made biologically, and then it becomes either a dick and balls or a clit and a labia, right? Like,
but it all starts out a vagina. So every last one of us.
Yeah, sorry everybody.
Sorry, kids.
Honestly, sorry to the ones who stayed a vagina, because you are the ones who are still dealing with the fact that they think it's not important, also kind of gross. Ew, never had that. I never had a vagina. Fuck you. Ew.
Right? No.
Cooter girls throw the worst. Sonia, I will definitely interview you. Also, this is also great. If men had periods, there would be birth control that had no side effects and came in Cool Ranch Dorito flavor.
Right, absolutely.
Yes, it would.
And
I would also like my
Absolutely.
birth control to come in Cool Ranch Dorito flavor.
Yes.
That'd be great. I'll take my arm implant in Cool
Absolutely.
Ranch Dorito flavor.
You know it.
Jesus.
It's the truth.
Yeah, I talk to my boys about vasectomies, and I'm like, absolutely, birth control. You should get a vasectomy if you don't want to have children.
Right. P.S. It's boys who get people pregnant.
And Miles and Simon know all. They have been to all our
blaming the fucking victim forever. Forever.
I do not run around getting nobody pregnant. I can do all kinds of things with all kinds of people and never once make anybody pregnant.
Literally can only get pregnant once every fucking 10 months. So, like, can't do.
Not me getting nobody pregnant. However, men are 100% responsible for all pregnancies, wanted and unwanted.
Pregnancies.
Everyone.
When I've seen those like, they're almost like persuasive essays on why every man should get a vasectomy. And every time I see them, I'm always like, this is amazing and absolutely 100% true. And also, every man in the world is now fucking crying on their knees. No, don't touch me. What?
They don't want to be legislated.
Well,
and meanwhile, my oats.
Yeah. Right.
Guys don't like to be legislated.
Right.
What?
You can't make me.
Don't the law touch my dick? No, don't. No. Oh.
No.
So Rachel says, I'm dealing with this now, having hormone positive breast cancer. There are no studies to help me know what decisions to make about my hormones. They haven't done studies on it because, I mean, women have only been getting breast cancer for how long?
Right.
Jesus.
Breast cancer research is like what? Like billions, right?
And it's a billion dollar industry, but I don't know what they're researching. It's obviously not breast tissue.
Or about the hormone, response and stuff like that. Like, there definitely needs to be more studies on this. And maybe if they'd been cutting apart cadavers of women so they could figure out their fucking memories, assholes.
We could do a whole show when I don't know about when I got my biopsy, because that shit was torture. It was crazy. And I had just listened to a podcast about Japanese love hotels. And so I go into this, right? So I'm a little bit, ripped out. I go into this room and they leave me in there for a minute, right? They leave me in this room and I'm looking around and I want to see what's up. I want to see. I look in the drawers. I'm looking around.
So you're a checker. Are you a medicine cabinet checker too?
No, I don't really think about other people's houses. No.
But in like a doctor's office, you like snoop?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll look around. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'll look around. Give it a look-see. What you got?
Yeah. No, right. Yeah.
No
mean, if I'm left to my own devices for long enough, I will. It's not the first thing I think about, but I was left in there for like half an hour.
So if I lock you in my bathroom, you look at my stuff.
Lock me in there. I'll be all over that place. What the hell's going on here?
I mean, you know that something weird's going on at that point anyway. So
I might redecorate it.
But really, I was making jokes about it when the nurses came back in. I was making jokes about the Japanese love hotel, only because the way the nurses had to get to my boob, like they had to go underneath this table. It has a hole in the middle, and there's a whole contraption, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole.
They had to lay on their back.
You have to lay on your,
the nurse.
Yeah, the nurse has to get underneath the table
and lay on her back
and like lay on her underneath the table. It's a weird. That's how they did it for my.
For what kind of test?
For I was getting they found some cancer. It's fine, but they did a
biopsy.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a biopsy.
And then they did the biopsy room for her cancer check.
Yeah, it was like
Looked
a
like a
pre-check or
Japanese-
something. It was like a pre-check.
So this is where the weird table was, where somebody was underneath you?
Yeah, this is where the weird table was. Now the actual biopsy was different, and that's where like that guy was crazy. Anyway, that was we could talk about it for hours. This whole thing was just crazy. I couldn't move my arm. I was like, why can't I move my arm? What did you do?
Were you moving your arm when you said it?
Like, I know. I'm like, yeah, I know. I couldn't move it, but I couldn't at the time. I was like, they were just digging around in there. Oh, it's just whatever. Sorry. I don't want to. Yeah, I could.
You can also. Again, this is a soapbox. You are. Here you go. You want to talk about how fucked up it is? Here you go.
But yeah, I mean, yeah,
that's a deplorable situation.
It's
so. Actually, I did want to ask you, because you've gotten both of your vaccine shots, and we've both gotten ours. How has your period been?
I have not had a period in probably 4 years.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know why. Nobody can figure it out. Nope.
They're just like, well,
I guess she's not menopause.
I went on. So before that, I had my period for 4 to 5 months, constant, never stopped. And I went to the doctor, and she put me on a birth control, and that regulated it, and then caused a ceasing halt to it, and it just stopped. It just fucking stopped. And then I now have a new doctor, because my doctor moved to Arizona to be a doctor for the people or some shit. Like she became a, like Doctors Without Borders, but in Arizona kind of thing. And so she sent me to a new doctor who I go to now. And she put me on the Nexplanon stuff. I don't know how to say it, but it's the fucking thing in my arm.
Yeah.
Right. And that I got my first one like 3 years ago. And my period did not return. She said it might, but it didn't. And then I just got my second like re-injection, so the first injection, that shit's cake. Like they numb you up, especially if you've ever had a piercing. It's not a big deal. It's like to get it out, and then to fucking. So for the past like 3 weeks, there's been like weird times when I move my arm, I'm like, oh, because it's just pulling. It took her like 15 minutes of cutting and searching to get the. I know that sounds horrible. I come from a body modification background, so it doesn't freak me out as much. Right. But like, I mean, I have balls in my wrist that were inserted like in a hotel room, in Seattle, like with no anesthetic and stuff. But this. Even with the anesthetic, after like 10 minutes, I was just like, how are we doing?
Yeah.
How's it going?
It yet?
It was like a fishing expedition. And the thing is, like, the whole time I had it, I could always feel it. So I'm like, why can't you fucking find it? Like, give me the thing. I got this. I can pull this shit out myself. But no, so I just got my second Nexplanon injection a couple weeks ago. And still... no period. So I don't know. It's been about
very interesting.
I don't know what I said before, but I think it's been about 5 years.
Shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm not premenopausal or anything. I'm 48, but I'm not like premenopausal or anything. I'm just not. I just don't. It's weird. I know. I'm also in shock.
Might be perimenopausal. Perimenopausal is before menopause.
Right, and I've been checked for that. Like my
they
original
checked
doctor
for the hormones, and that is not what's happening.
That was a while ago, because that was with my original doctor.
It's something to check into for sure.
I don't know.
The only thing I asked is,
like, did you guys have an effect from that?
Yes.
From the thing?
I got both of my shots in March and no period at all. Or Wait, is that right?
It was March and April.
April, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no period at all. April, nothing.
Yeah.
And then about 10 days ago, a period started and has not stopped. And it's red and dark and clotty and heavy and
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
10 days now
Yeah.
in a row. And I'm
Yeah.
over it. And my daughter also got her second shot. Now, it didn't affect her cycle, but like the last 2 days, her ovary has been bothering her. It's been really flaring up and aching. And then Julia.
Yeah, I've just been really, really heavy. Like, duh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Oh, yeah. Like, what?
Yeah. And we've talked to other women
Like,
who
yeah.
got the vaccine and yeah, it messed up their period. They either skipped a cycle.
And these are people that are on their pill that have like know exactly when they're going to start, when they're all the things, and they're getting all messed up. So I think they're getting to the point where there's like enough. There might be enough talk about they're doing it. There might be some science.
Oh, they might study it.
Maybe
they might look at it. They might figure out if maybe there's something wrong.
Well,
conjecture. I have no idea.
I was talking to Lori about it, who owns the Dolphin Lounge, and I was asking her about it, and she was like, "Actually, I just heard something about it on NPR." So they are talking about it right now. They are starting to discuss. I mean, there's enough people with cycles going, okay, I'm, and again, I would rather be vaccinated.
Right.
So I'm not saying,
but it's just one of those things once again.
But it's something, that needs to be like asked. Why is it appearing that there's some sort of effect with cycles and uteruses, specifically? So I just don't want to be swept under the rug again. That's all I'm asking.
No, I mean, periods are an indicator, right? Rachel said earlier, periods are so important to female health, right? Like they're an indicator of things that are going on in your body, right?
Absolutely.
Everything is tied in. You know, every system in our body is completely tied in, and our periods are too, right?
Yes.
Our reproductive system, and men have the same kind of shit that goes on, and it is also tied into. I wish they understood that, because then they might study it more. But it's all kind of an indicator of something. And then she actually says, but they probably won't study it because that's hard.
Women's biology hard. It's so hard.
I know, it's so hard. Maybe if we had more women who were studying this, then it wouldn't be so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Because it would feel, I don't know.
And unfortunately, I mean, you still have like gynecology is still as many women that are in the field. There are a lot of men in that field passing out false information. It's giving out false information, and they're freaking gynecologists. They have medical degrees, and I've been really fortunate to have a couple of like amazing male doctors in my life. But what made them amazing was they were like, I wonder what my wife would want if she were in your situation. Or my mother always said, you listen to a woman when she has a dream. So that was my doctor once upon a time. And the only doctor I ever loved. That was a man. Because he made me, I was just like, oh my God, he gets it. He gets it.
Yeah.
And it's sad because so many fucking people
help
don't.
is hard to find. It really is.
True.
It really is. It really truly is.
All right, let's talk about some upcoming events that you guys have. So what can people expect to see from Red Tent Revival or Tickles and Pokes in the next few months?
Well, isn't that a great question?
Yeah.
Right now we've got stuff's in the works. We just pounded out Monday, Tuesday, and today. And we're both kind of in recovery mode because we're not 20 anymore.
Right. We're gonna be doing our friend's wedding here.
That's July.
That's in July.
Yeah, but we've
That's
also
not Red Tent.
honestly, it's like now that we're both vaccinated, we're both just kind of looking around, going, "Okay, it's time to hit the trail again."
Yeah, we have
So
Vanderelli Room and Gay Prom coming up.
Oh, that's right.
That's
that we
right.
were talking about doing that.
That's coming up.
And then, and we're going to just be signing up for more and more and more things and getting back out like we used to.
Yeah. We both are actually just now fully vaccinated as of today.
Yeah,
she's yesterday, a couple days ago, our 2 weeks have gone by. We are fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
So we are.
And school's winding up too. That's I've got a senior graduating this year, and then I have a third grader going to fourth grade.
Yeah.
So this month,
we got get a
okay, this is all I can do for this month, and then I got to be all about my babies.
Yeah.
And then party time.
Yeah.
There it is, bitches.
Yeah, totally. Yes.
That's what it is.
I'm excited to get them onto their next stage.
I'm excited too.
And we just got to get them out of high school. My sweet angels.
Yeah.
Sweet angels, just get them the fuck out.
I am over it.
They're the best ever.
Yes.
Ask anyone.
I love them.
Let's talk about the Vanderelli room and the prom. So I know that there was talks. So after I ran into Za at Dolphin Lounge, by the way, since we've already mentioned Lori's bar, Dolphin Lounge, that's when I ran into her, and we talked about all the stuff that made me want to get them on the show. And so the next couple of days, I was hanging out with my good friend AJ Vanderelli, and I was like, "Oh my God, I ran into Za, and let me tell you about all the things and stuff, blah 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 blah." And she was like, "How can the Vanderelli room help? What can we do?" And I was like, "I don't know. Let's figure that shit out." And so she was like, "We've got this thing." And so I started that group chat with all of us, and you guys have come up with some stuff, right? There's an art. There's an art auction.
Came up with it. Oh yeah, I was spitballing shit. I think I'm funny and punny, and then people are like, "Yes, we love it. Stick with it." I'm like, "No, I could think harder. I could come up with."
Well, I mean, let me tell you something. AJ is very malleable. She's like, hey, okay, whatever you want to do.
White. What was it? Red, white, and what was it?
It was show us your reds and why they make you blue.
Show us your reds and why they make you blue.
You wanted to do like a thing. But you guys decided to kind of go with an event that she already had going on. So AJ is hosting somebody else's event in the Vanderelli room on July 17th, which also happens to be AJ's birthday. Strangely enough. And it's queer prom. And I believe Tickles and Pokes is playing, right?
Yes. We are playing queer prom, and and then we were talking about the art show, and I sometimes I make art, so I was like, okay.
She does make art. She has a ton of art she makes. And we're surrounded by all of it. It's everywhere. I'm like, there's some art right there.
And so we talked about doing a period-based art auction.
Yes.
So the artists would be donating 100%. So they're just donating pieces. You make a piece that about your red and why it makes you blue. Right? Yes. And then, what was it? Freedom flowers?
Yeah, freedom flowers. Yeah. Show us your red and why it makes you blue. Freedom flowers.
Freedom flowers, right? And so artists doing a piece based on that, and then donating it to it so that proceeds go to Red Tent Revival.
Red Tent Revival 501c4, so that we can get this legislation passed and get this movement going.
Right. Yep. Yeah, and I'm sure that AJ will do a live stream thing with the auction and stuff like that. So if there's any artists out there, this is an open call. Like literally just make a piece, man. Make a piece about your red and why it makes you blue. Donate it to the Vanderelli room. They will auction it off, and proceeds will go to Tickles and Pokes and the Red Tent Revival 5014C.
Let's see.
I got you.
I love you.
But yeah, this is so there's things coming up. People can be a part.
And more is going to fill in too. Like, as people, and we definitely feel more free to actually get with the people again and get back in the business. Cause that's how this works. The pandemic, We tried the virtual stuff. We tried, different things, online fundraisers and stuff. And we did see a little bit of success. It was beautiful, but
we kept it rolling.
Yeah, but it's just not the same as, being in that space and
being
connecting
engaged.
and
Yeah.
being engaged.
Really. And Bossy Girls was a big deal for
magic.
us. And we really
We were both like little princesses having to leave the
Yeah.
ball. I mean, we were going home giddy, just giggling.
yeah, it was wonderful. And just the
could not
people we
sleep.
got to talk to
Yeah.
and the kids and just like, they're just great. They're just great. It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
awesome. It made me excited.
To get back out and get with the
Mhm.
people again. Do what we do best.
Get
And
among
talk-
the people. Do you know what I would
Yeah.
love to see? When I hear Red Tent Revival, I'm an event planner in a whole way. As in when I hear Red Tent Revival, I'm picturing the tent. I'm picturing like, what was that movie with Steve Martin? He's an evangelist preacher.
Oh, wait.
Miracle Man or something.
Miracle Man? Was it?
Does anybody know what's the Steve Martin? If Jason's watching, he would know. What's the Steve Martin movie where he is an evangelist preacher? Because every time I hear Red Tent Revival, this is what it comes to for me. I'm just like, oh, we need somebody in a red fucking sequin and like
Leap of faith.
That's it, leap of faith. Yes, but I want to see this like almost old school dedication to something, but with this as our message, this as our presentation, this as our fucking preaching.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I created the Yibel because we put on a Yupra over at Trauma one year.
Oh, I saw Trauma was on your list of stuff.
Yeah, Krista Kitty, and so we did this whole sort of silent film Yupra style, and she burlesqued the whole thing out, and then we had a cockfight at the end with
hilarious. I want to do that again.
Yeah. And I read from our Yibel, first clitoris. If thou does not have a uterus, thou shalt not legislate a uterus. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And we were Columbus Mountain Goddess Fairies, Menstruation Goddess Fairies.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun, and now things are opening back up, and people are getting excited again.
We can do fun things again, different ways.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, if we
want a red tent, anybody want to donate a red tent? We want to take a red tent. We've been asking for a red tent. It's on our wish list.
It's on our wish list.
To be fair, we would also take a white tent and we'll fucking dye it. We'll take a tent of any kind.
Yeah.
And we will cover that shit in red fabric. We don't give a shit. But I would love to help make this as like an act. Like, okay, the Vanderelli room lot is very large. Large enough to hold this kind of evangelistic thing. I mean, and we could have Tickles and Pokes, of course, and then other acts with music written for this thing.
Yes. And a choir. Yes.
I believe a Pacapella isn't doing anything.
Okay, yeah.
We're back to a Pacapella. Let's just all sing for this.
Yes. We can have Rockapella come in their fucking red choir robes and just. Is Casey?
Where's Casey Ward?
Somebody text Casey the staff.
Somebody get Casey Ward on the goddamn phone.
We got ideas. Apocalyptic Choir's got a gig.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you've been
Selected.
You've been selected. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Right.
We're going to send him a recorded message. Congratulations. You've been selected to lead up the organization or the event.
Yeah.
Oh, it needs a name. Wait, Red Tent Revival presents what? Red Tent Revival presents.
Where's our book? We got words.
No, we got a bunch of words written down in a book.
Hold on. Do you have idea words? Because I do that too. To name something new.
We can. What was that?
People who are listening. Red Tent Revival presents. Give us some words. Give us some ideas. Give us some creativity.
The religious. So, and we're talking like a religious tent, a religious experience, a revival.
Yes, but without the actual
think about Red Tent Revival presents
On the River Flows, Seeing Red. We've got ideas already coming out. Okay, so
Parting the Sea.
On the River Flows. That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Lisa.
I like that one, Lisa.
We could also be the red. How about if we put these two together? Oh, the Red River flows. Or I see the Red River. I don't know. There's a lot going on.
I like them both.
I like Seeing Red very much. Red Tent Revival Seeing Red is a little.
A lot. Red Tent Revival presents See the Rivers Flow.
Yes, if we put the river, the red. I don't know.
See the River Flows.
Usually we do this behind closed doors.
Writers
don't do this.
Oh wow!
Red River Flows.
Red River Baptism. Oh, Rachel Kayla.
Rachel
Came through.
Thank you.
Rachel
We
Kayla.
have a smash.
We're having a
Red River smash. Yes, Red River baptism.
So
I
we're
like
gonna
that.
dunk people in period blood.
No, but we can definitely lay some red hands.
Can we have
Lay
a dunk
red
tank? Can we have a period blood dunk tank? I mean, there's gonna be carnival stuff, right? Aren't we gonna have carnival stuff with the Red Tent Revival?
We did have a cherry pie eating contest at our first festival event.
We did. We had a cherry pie eating contest. That's right. McKenna won.
Yes, she
McKenna won.
McKenna won.
Where are you, McKenna? You won. Yeah, we could do a cherry pie eating contest. We could do a little, dunk.
I'm telling you, dunk
tank.
tank. I have a friend who can. So I have a friend who made a hillbilly hot tub. He can make a hillbilly dunk tank.
Yeah, that's our boy. That's our
Porter.
Yeah, Porter. Porter's my boy. That's what's up. What's up, Porter? Where you at?
Porter's not watching.
No, he's not.
Porter's got stuff.
He likes my stuff on Instagram. I'll hit him up.
Oh my God! Tell him we need a period blood fucking dunk tank, and he will
would
make that
do
shit.
it. He'd be like,
He
"What?
would do it in a fucking
What
second.
time? What time I need to be there?" I know
When do you need to buy? I will make it 2 weeks after that.
Have people come dressed
You
in
know
white.
later.
Have people come dressed in white.
Oh yeah,
Ready to be
ready to be baptized in the red tent.
Kristen.
And we can dunk people in their white into the red, and so they come out definitely
I know. I
baptized.
keep
We
like
can see it.
tearing up my clothes.
I love this so much.
It's so awesome.
Originally, it was just going to be a roller brush.
So, it's like the best
Which is
wet
not
t-shirt
wet.
contest ever, but it's like red, wet. I don't know. You know what?
Blood
red
red
t-shirt?
baptism.
Period. Apple. Wait. Period. Blood. Apple bombing. You want to get people comfortable real motherfucking quick?
Oh yeah. I wonder if we could find some golden apples and just like dye. You know what I mean?
Of course, gold. Yeah, they totally make yellow. I mean, no.
They do.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes, we could
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Or we could like make the apples represent clots and like put them in caramel and then dip them, you know.
Bob for cherries.
Yes, bobbing for cherries. That would be a good game for people too. Or you can hang them like how they did hang the cherries from string. So you gotta pluck them with your teeth, hands behind your
All right.
back.
So we need a
It's called
period
what? Deer eater.
dunk tank.
It's called deers. Oh, yeah.
God. She's putting the order in now for a blood bath.
Wait, what website are you putting in an order for a bloodbath?
No, I'm hitting up Porter.
Oh, hey Porter, one blood bath. Bloodbath.
I'm telling him we need a bloody dunk tank. You down? You down?
Tell him it's for me.
He's gonna be like, what?
Tell him Tiffany wants to know too.
Yeah, was it what? Yeah, what? No, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh my God, pin the finger on the clitoris. thing.
No man on the planet will ever get it.
No, that's been brought up.
Yeah.
That's been brought up before. Yes. You are right on our wavelength. That is written down in the books of like turning people around and trying to, oh yeah. That's wonderful.
Well, we could give everybody the little pointer fingers like you see, and then a big, beautiful blown up picture of vagina with all the details. And then all they got to do is pin the pointer on the clitoris.
Are we going to show the clitoris beneath the skin and stuff?
Well,
are we going to show like the whole thing, or is it just going to be the point at the top? Because that's going to be tough. If you get it anywhere on the legs, you win.
I want a big
scientific
drawing.
Okay.
Like you would get from a medical journal.
Anatomical. Correct.
Anatomically perfectly correct. And we'll even put points in the word. Just laser pointer it. It's cheer. It's like right cheer.
Point on the dog.
I always try to help out by saying, imagine it like a tiny penis.
Right.
I always think that would help, but it doesn't. They can't even find my tiny penis.
Oh my God, Rachel says there's vagina. Wait, that's not the one. Hold on. There's vagina-shaped waffles.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we need vendors, right?
Yeah.
There's gotta be vendors at this thing.
Right.
There's gotta be
somebody made cupcakes, vagina
cupcakes with pearls.
Yeah, I have a picture of Zah eating one.
Yeah.
That's really cute. Who made those? Where was that? What?
Where
are we?
Oh, you can get cupcake makers to do anything.
Absolutely. But that was, absolutely. I like that. Yeah.
Wait. We have something. Oh my God. Wait, we've got a couple. Okay, hold on. Jean says, get an artist to render the vagina and whoever pins the click gets the art. Right? So that's the winner for that. And then Amaze Ovaries, the Labyrinth. Oh my God. So like, what if we had a labyrinth where you had to find the clit?
Yes!
Oh my God.
Yes!
My mind is like, I just went.
You okay? You all right?
Okay, look, if Dolly Parton can have Dollywood, why can't we have
Clittywood?
Why couldn't we have Clittywood? Why?
Why
couldn't we have
can't we? What's the rules?
I'm pretty sure we can do anything we want.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Go on down to Cunt Town. Look, I actually prefer the word cunt over vagina because of historical linguistics. Yeah,
I have no problem with cunt. Jason says he can do the art if need be.
Of course, Jason.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen Jason's art, but it's pretty good.
Have we?
Yeah.
Look it up. I don't remember.
She's pulling it up right now.
Yeah, yeah. Picture him. He's painted me naked more than once. It's good. But yeah, for him to like paint an actual, that's country music.
Yeah, that's what we play. That is we play country music. And we need the t-shirts now.
Thank you. That is beautiful and I love it.
And we need
thank you.
You're making Julia cry.
You are
crying.
We are country music.
We are the most country music you have ever heard in your life. That's a fact.
Also, Rachel says about the labyrinth, men would never find their way out.
Exactly. They would all be lost in the middle somewhere.
Rachel.
Hitting
like, wait,
hitting the left wall.
So close.
They would all wind up
so close.
This is the way.
Wait, have a labyrinth for the sperm to run.
We could dress up.
And then at the end, it's a diaphragm.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
We dress everybody up as sperm, send them running into the labyrinth, only to jump bits.
We're friends. We have 110 mutual
Wait,
friends.
what was that cartoon forever ago? It was like, here we go. Oh, wait, turn back. It's a blowjob. Oh, look, Jessica Ward has stumbled on to what we're doing. Oh my God, it's too Miami.
Jessica!
Hi, Jess!
We've already talked about you and go get Casey because we want to sing
Yeah.
with the a cappella group.
We do.
And we need a choir. We need a cunt choir.
We do. We need a cunt choir.
We need a cunt choir.
What kind of choir? This
I
is
love
choir.
so much.
This-
Oh my
what,
God.
what do we got? There's got to be a good word for choir. Cunt choir is okay, but it's. I feel like it's not there yet. I feel like we're not there yet.
Okay.
I like country music,
Yeah,
Yeah.
country music is awesome.
but what's another word for choir? Somebody with a thesaurus help us. How do we fit cunt into choir?
Lisa.
Google. What do you call a choir that sings for the vagina?
Are we waiting for an answer?
There's gotta be. You're getting these modes, and you're like, oh God.
Oh, Lisa's looking. Thank you, Lisa.
I need
God,
it.
you are all
No,
on your
Lisa's
computers
on
or your
it.
phones or something. Come on.
Yeah, she's good. She's good.
Oh wait, cunt chorus. Oh, Jean's got a thing. Cunt chorus
You like
is okay.
cunt chorus?
I like cunt chorus. I think we're on the right path there.
Yeah. I think we're getting
She actually was like,
warmer.
cunt chorus, are you not listening? Cunt chorus. I hear you, Jean. I'm with you. I got you.
What would you call a chorus for vaginas? What does it say?
Other than a pockapello?
Other than a pockapella? A chorus of women.
Oh, Rachel says.
The vagina monologues.
Yeah.
Jessica says when I was 8, I said pop and country fusion was called cunt pop, and I'm still humiliated. It was in front of my mom.
Oh, you
Aw.
should not be humiliated. I actually
you
like
didn't
cunt
know.
pop.
I would have been so proud of my kid.
I know. I would have been like, my baby.
Cunt.
Rachel says, I feel there needs to be an activity involving
Yeah.
tampons and pads.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. An activity table? For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we could, even do like earrings, do tampon earrings.
Oh,
Everybody
those
could,
are
like,
fun.
dip,
You dip them in like sparkly
Sparkly red.
reds and stuff.
and you just poop.
And then you put them on the things and you can hang tampons.
Yeah,
Sparkly red
Krista
hands
Kitty
are
made
really
herself
pretty.
a badass pair.
Oh,
She made a badass
she
pair of
made
pasties.
pasties with tampons.
But yeah.
She had pasty tampons.
So good.
She did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yes.
could do little activities and
Absolutely.
Clit chorus?
The clitochorus. Clitochorus.
Clit chorus.
Clitochorus or clit chorus? I like clitochorus.
Clitochorus.
Clitochorus actually rolls off the tongue better.
Clitochorus. And now from the clitochorus.
I like
Wait,
it.
is that like a peanut gallery? Now from the clitochorus.
All right, shut up, clitochorus. Nobody likes you anyway.
Treble clit choir.
I love the treble clit choir. Stop it, Kim.
Kim's coming.
That's the
in with
winner. That is a
them.
winner.
Treble
The
clit.
Why is that a winner?
Yes.
I like that.
I don't understand why that's a winner because I'm not a music person, so I don't really know. But like,
Oh, the Tabernacle Choir.
oh, okay.
The famous Mormon choir. And she's got the treble clit choir instead of tabernacle choir.
Oh, as in tabernacle, but okay.
Treble clit choir, yeah.
Treble clit choir.
Or maybe I'm thinking way too hard about it, Kim. Correct me.
And it also loses the clit in a way that, sorry about that, but it also like almost downplays it so it falls under the radar.
Right.
Yeah.
You could be like,
Exactly.
oh, what are
You
you
don't
doing
realize
tonight? Oh,
what's
I'm going to
going
see the treble clit choir. People would barely notice what you
Yeah,
said.
they would go with you.
No, they
They
wouldn't.
heard
They
the
wouldn't
treble.
even think about it twice because they zoned out at treble and choir.
So should it be treble or trouble clit?
I think treble. Personally,
It's the treble clit choir for you folks.
I know the treble clef is a music thing. I get that. Like I get that, but I feel like it was. But I like that it was tabernacle. Right?
That's what I thought, but I
Tabernacle
could have been thinking
treble
too hard.
clit. I feel like treble clit needs to be one word. Okay, Kim,
Yeah.
I think you went wrong in not making treble clit one word. Treble clit choir.
Yeah,
Right?
treble
The treble
clit.
clit choir.
Treble clit.
I love it.
Treble
It'll be
clef
hard
way.
to say, difficult.
It sounds
What?
very,
Huh?
like, I don't know, worthy of a pink tap.
This is like an episode of Quick
Alex, we're going with you.
Well, you know.
Is it late enough?
Okay, so we're doing a thing, is what we're coming down to here. Is that we're doing a thing, and people are super fucking excited, by the way. So Kim says it's just musical, treble clef, bass clef, bass, not bass, not fishing. Told you I wasn't gonna the question. Not kidding. Also, Rachel says, "Oh wait, Rachel says this conversation is giving me life." Same.
I know.
Friend,
I love it.
same.
We get so excited. It does. It gets exciting.
We don't get to be around people.
The choir needs a bunch of red graduation gowns, of
that-
course.
yes,
Of course.
yes, Lisa.
Glitter grad gowns.
Glitter grad, yes.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, now we're getting down to the brass tacks.
Sorry,
of
Right,
things.
somebody
Play-Doh.
write it down. Who's taking notes?
Sticks, but it's a red river and the sticks are tampon. Wait, Play-Doh. Does that say supposed to say sticks or dicks? Because it says
Yeah.
sticks.
But I think
Yeah.
play poo.
Play-Doh.
No, that's not even Play-Doh. I'm actually just making that up. It says play poo to
Yeah, it
ticks.
says play poo, but maybe they mean Play-Doh.
What are we doing?
I don't
What's
know.
happening
I don't know.
here?
Ian, are you drunk? What's going on?
Yeah, the ticks, but it's a red river and the sticks.
With a tampon as a tassel and a grad hat.
Same thing. Yes.
Oh wait, okay.
Yes.
Poo sticks like Winnie the Pooh. Pooh sticks. Okay, play poo.
Oh yeah.
sticks.
When Winnie the Pooh would play poo sticks, and they would drop the sticks in the river and then run to the other side. And
Oh, I
see
have no idea what this is.
Yeah, you're reading little.
Do I read too hard on all these things?
No,
No, you did it right, but what the fuck?
I
are
didn't
poo
remember
sticks?
that. I didn't remember that one.
Say it again.
Okay, so Winnie the Pooh played poo sticks, where they would take 2 sticks, drop them on one side of the running river, run to the other side of the bridge to see whose stick made it under the bridge fastest, like which stick flowed the fastest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
So
forgot
we're
all
gonna build a
about
little bridge and then
Yeah.
a little river.
No, that's not right. That's not right. How we do it?
Okay. Well. All right. Okay.
But with tampons is what the whole game was.
Yeah, but with tampons.
running Red River, drop the tampons in, see whose tampons get passed first.
No, I get it. I get
Oh,
it.
okay.
I wanted to build a little bridge though.
She gets it.
I get it. I get it. I'm here.
You picked up the poo sticks.
Put
I
them
picked up on the poo sticks. Okay. Good. Oh, okay. Volunteers could be volunteers. Oh my God! Please, people, please keep coming. Please.
Listen,
this is
now,
beautiful.
Kim, you're starting to get into Yibel territory because,
Yes.
listen,
Yes.
girl, this is like Yibel language
Yes.
that we are using. Oh my God. I can't wait for you guys to learn Yibel. I can't wait.
We put verses together and to preach from the
But
pulpit.
volunteers, and they should have shirts because that needs to be on a shirt.
If anybody ever wants to make me kind of like one of those coat hats, but it's a vagina.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the big tall.
So you could
That
preach.
needs to be done. Write it down.
You know what I'm
Write
talking about?
it down.
So like I imagine, like the big tall Pope hats that they wear, but it's a vagina and it's
get
got
it.
the red shiny stuff.
Right.
Just
That
really
Absolutely. With
Yeah.
fur all around it.
Yeah, and it has to be a fur cap.
A
of
fur
course.
cap. Yeah. And it
Nice.
has
It's
to
getting heavier.
go
It's getting
down.
heavier. I mean, if it's going to be that big and actually
Now
sit
my
on your head.
can't even stay
Well,
upright.
we have to make it light. Somebody that's good at engineering art. Anyone?
Just a somebody came out of somebody's vagina just now. I have a new nephew. Speaking of vagina talk, welcome Tommy Kincaid. He is the newest Kincaid, and that's really exciting.
Welcome to
That's
the
my son's middle
world.
name, Kincaid. That's our family name.
Oh,
and our family, Kincaid.
ah.
If we're
Related.
No.
You never know. No. And you're probably not who you
So
thought.
that's exciting.
That's a whole other show. I just got my DNA test back, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
My family's lying.
Lies, lies, lies. A whole bunch of people, I'm sure,
Oh,
were like,
that's
there's
always
no
fun.
Irish or German in me. What?
Why you been feeding me these lies? Like, what's the difference? Why is this so important that you think I'm this?
Right. I'm really more interested in everything you neglected to tell me. But funny enough, side note, and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but I'm just going to put out this little side note. The error in my family genealogy is due to the fact that all the importance was placed on my dad's line and my mother's father's line.
Right.
So I'm half British, half Dutch, and some other little things because my dad and my mom's dad came from those places. Lies. I'm 14.9% British, not 50%,
Not even 36%.
not even a quarter. This bitch thought she was British her whole life.
No.
I ain't even a quarter British. I'm more Italian.
She's more Italian.
I'm more Italian than Ibanese.
Yeah. Right. It is.
Julie, do you know what you are?
No.
Not for truth.
No, not, yeah.
Not for
No.
truth.
Yeah, I don't know the science.
You don't got the
We only know my dad's side. Again, we only know my dad's lineage.
What the fuck? This
We
is
don't
something
know
I'm starting to
my
discover.
mom. We have no idea. Yeah, Oklahoma, dirt
You know,
farmers.
microaggressive kind of things. Micro tendencies to keep the patriarchal alive and well and more important.
Mhm.
I was raised in the Mormon faith, PS. Genealogy is supposed to be a big deal. Like I should have all the history, all the down low. I should know everything. And because we got all the records. And it didn't negate the records and the truth of the records that they have. Like, yeah, names are right. But it does negate the whole fact that I'm only half my dad and then half my mom's dad, which is bullshit.
Right.
Right.
Why were they not following my matriarchal lines? Why were they not following where the majority of my DNA actually came from? My eggs came from my great-great-grandma, not my great-grandma, not my dad, not my dad's mom. They came from my mother's mother, my eggs. You know, I mean, it's just
My eggs.
my eggs came from my grandmother. It pisses me off. We're talking about my dad. He had nothing to do with that. And I mean, it just
once again, welcome to the Lady Show of WitchLab Wednesday Live, where we talk about how much fucking females are disregarded in every fucking aspect. Science, genealogy.
Thank you. Like, this is ridiculous. Medical science, genealogy takes a back seat. And both of those, really, when you think about it, should we not know more about the people who actually carry and birth all the other people? Like, wouldn't you really want to know more about them?
No, we only want to know where the sperm came from.
And they lied about that too. They try to make
Rachel
like sound like winners.
Rachel says that explains your filter thing.
Sorry.
That's
right. What?
Which,
He
Rachel
said
is
it.
also I
We're
think she gets
leaving.
that.
Getting out of here.
And Jason says if there's Kincaid, then that's Scottish.
That's my mom's
That's
side.
her.
And we have heard that's my mom's side. And we have heard that they're Scottish. But I mean, again, nothing.
Jason's he actually says he knows more about his mother's family. That's weird.
That is awesome.
No, we know more about my dad's. Maybe Kincaid is my dad's side too. Shit. I don't remember now.
Shit.
No, I think it's we just don't know much about my mom's side. We just don't. We don't. So
it's also, I think, a generational thing too. You know, I'm 48, you're 48, Julia's 45, 6. I always make her young. 46.
42.
But I mean, we were part of that.
Oh wait, we're playing that game.
We're
I'm
going
also
back.
42.
I am awesome.
42 forever.
42 forever.
Right? It's the meaning of life.
It was the beautiful age.
Yeah, don't say 42 to AJ. She'll freak out. She's got a whole thing going on where like 42 keeps coming to her, and she's it's a thing.
Man. No, number one, they lie to you about getting older. They try to make it seem
Lies.
like becoming an older woman is bad. That's a fucking lie. I'm going to just go ahead and pull that myth right out of the bucket. I turned 35 and I was like, wow, I'm starting to not care about all the stupid shit that I used to care about. And then I turned 45 and I was like, what the fuck I care about any of this shit for?
I don't give a
And
fuck.
now that
Right,
I'm
just
48, I'm like, hey, Tickles, you got any fucks I can borrow? She's like, fresh out.
No, I've got nothing.
I got less and less every year, friend.
I've got nothing.
And it's beautiful. No, it is beautiful. Like all those stupid things that I was hung up on in my 20-year-old body are things that I adore about myself now. I think are really great, cute, make me who I am. And I don't know, it's just, and then I'm like, God, they lied to me. They made getting old seem like it was a bad deal. Like
I was so
something that-
scared, right? I was so
Yeah.
scared to get old because of how bad it was going to be. Like, oh my God, stop.
everything was going to
She's
fall
rubbing her
apart.
phone against the table.
Oh.
Sorry. That's okay, baby. But yeah, I mean, mentally, I still feel very young. Physically, I still
Yeah.
feel very young. Like I don't know, knock on wood. Like
It's
I
a
don't-
lie.
No, I definitely feel young, like mentally younger, and this more, especially after this past Monday, getting back out with people that I
Yeah.
don't know. You just get around people you know, and you just kind of like.
In the
Wait,
flow.
you're around people you don't know?
Right, that happened. It happened Monday night live. Nobody we knew.
Yeah.
They were all young and they were
Fresh.
speaking words, fresh thoughts. I was like, God, I'm old. Precious
I don't
babies,
feel
gems,
like
all of them.
that really just reminded. Yeah, it
Yeah.
just reminded me of
Yeah.
to keep in with the
Stay
with the younger folks.
talking
I
and
mean,
communicating and listening to them.
right?
You know?
It's
They have
important.
beautiful things to say and beautiful reminders too, like
Yeah.
to keep you grounded as you grow. You know what I mean?
Right. I feel like I'm just like a little baby, like I'm just a little flower. Like I don't know. I get everything all messed up. I just have no idea what I'm doing.
Who am I? What's going on?
Yes, what's happening?
I don't know how to do
My boys are 18. I'm like, what? Did that happen?
Yeah, I want
Did that all happen?
Everything happened.
It's done. I mean, it's done. They're done. Yeah.
I always hated when older people were like, go so fast. You know what I mean? Like as a kid, I hated when people said that. And then you become 35, you become 45, you become 48, and you're like, oh, goddamn, shit's picking up. Just get faster and
And
faster.
shit is going faster by the day. We're halfway through May, and I'm like,
I know you're like, what are you doing next? I'm like, look, I got to get through May. Then I'll think about what's happening next.
I can't schedule anything. I have to shut my schedule down. I'm like, I can't schedule anything until like 3-4 weeks from now. Just don't even ask me because
There's just no guarantees in life, and I can't commit like that.
Right.
I definitely can't commit like that. Fuck.
2020 taught me anything. There is no promises.
Yeah. Right.
There's no guarantees. Nothing is certain.
Nothing's like you ever thought. That's what I learned.
Yeah. Right.
We'll start from scratch here.
Oh, okay. It's 10:30.
Oh,
We should probably wrap up.
damn.
Yeah. I'll be
Let
home
me-
about 10, honey. I'll be home about 10 o'clock.
I feel like I need another few drinks. Tonight's show has actually been amazing. You guys have been so fucking incredible. So I want to end with how can people find you? Let's just let them know.
Make it simple. Ticklesandpokes.com. TICKLESANDPOKES.com.
Everything's on there.
Everything's there. You'll click on the tent, go straight into the red tent. sign the period positive promise. That will take you straight to the petition and get you going. And if you can donate, you want to donate, there's also donate buttons. We need volunteers. We need you to talk to your family and your friends about what you heard tonight and have them look at the website and click that little rotary dial too. It's simple. It's a rotary dial on change.org, and you get there straight from our website. We made it as easy as human possible. The only thing we can do more is come to your house and take your little finger and do this for you. Like, that's the only way it's going to be easier. That's it.
The
Give them your personal address.
Or 20 mil. We take 20 mil as well.
If you
small bills.
I don't know.
They got
Right? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Who's got 20 million? I don't know who has it. Somebody's got
Why
it.
do you need small bills? What are you doing with this?
I would like to see what that looks
We
like.
can buy-
Really, it's curiosity.
I just wanted to
We want to see what it looks like. In $100 bills, please. What's a couple fives? Couple stacks of
Let's see what that
fivers.
looks like.
That's like a little bit. That's like this.
Well, I mean,
Just
you think
hands
20
around.
mils a lot, but if they give it to y'all in big bills, it's not very much. You're like, nah, that's disappointing. But 20 mil in 20s,
No, no,
now
20
that's a
million
fat
in
stack.
hundreds isn't.
That's
a lot.
awesome. No, that's something you can play in. It's not as big as you think. Hundreds go
She wants to
fast.
dump it on the bed and roll around.
I wanna have an
she
Get
wants
her period
to-
blood all on it.
Yeah.
Get some blood on it, and then
Isn't
just
it?
leave it there. Like, who does that? Za does that.
All right.
That's for whoever wants it.
That's art.
Again, art auction coming up. Vanderelli room.
Right,
We're
I
gonna
got
figure that out. All right. To everyone watching, to Za and Julia, I love you guys. I love you all
Love
so
you,
much.
Tiffany.
This has
I
been a
love
really
you,
fucking fun
Tiffany.
show.
This has been
Love
awesome.
you.
Thank you.
Everybody
Thanks
be
for
good to
coming.
themselves.
Yes.
I love you.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
I'm ending it now. Say your final goodbyes. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Goodbye.
And goodbye.